Oh good, another storm is coming.
Oh no, Dronson.
Good stuff. Oh crap, I forgot I have to turn on the welder. Lesson learned. No. Sometimes I look at a problem and I'm like, what if I made more problems? Hello and welcome back to another episode of No Suit Survival. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 34. Before we get started this week, I had two things that I wanted to talk about really fast. First off, I wanted to say thank you to everyone. Last week we didn't have an episode because of some stuff going on in my personal life, and so I appreciate everybody's kind words, nice comments, and understanding for not being able to produce a video last week. Second, as is tradition, I added another mod, Rebels, the ones that came out with the Rebels lights that I really love. These lights, those spotlights down there, came out with another mod called Rebels Gates, and they're just basically super big hangers. I figured it would probably come in handy later on. They are super well modeled. They look really cool. Holy cow, you need 20,000 steel plates to make this? How big is this? Oh my gosh, that's wild. That is a very cool hangar door. Yeah, these are legit. Added those. I also added it to the No Suit Survival mod collection, so you can go and grab that for yourself. Okay, with that out of the way, let's talk about what we want to do today. Obviously, we want to finish the communication tower, and one of the things that I was thinking about earlier was that as part of the communication tower, it would be nice to have at least one of the NPCs be a part of that. So I was thinking probably the production NPC, but in order to make that happen, we need to have gravity components and superconductors, which means we need a lot of materials. So we have a lot of stuff we need to get for that. I think we have enough of most of the components except for cobalt. I think we're basically out of cobalt. So we need to find cobalt, and then we need to address our power situation. And with the power, I'm realizing that I need to be less picky. I know I don't love the wind turbines, but the thing is that we need 1,500 megawatts of power, and so I really can't be that picky right now. So yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get things set up. I think the first thing that we're gonna have to do before we do anything else is, once again, I have to set up Dronson to continue the job. Somebody said that I don't have to re-record the flight path every time, but that has not been my experience. So I will try to just start the job again and see if it'll work, but not super convinced that's gonna work out. I need to build a bridge out there so I can actually get in the cockpit. Oh, no I don't. I can just remote control in and bring him down. There goes Dronson. We'll see if he can go get some more stuff and connect without me having to re-record the flight path. I know he can probably get over there and get the job started. I just don't think it will connect, but I would really love to be wrong. Alrighty then. Let's figure out what we want to do with the inside of this tower. Alright, it's definitely not like the prettiest thing I've ever done, but I think it works well enough. And then I think I'm probably either on this conveyor or maybe like in the dead center is where I'll put this android. Yeah, something like that. I probably don't need to keep the medical room up here. I just had it up here for when I was working on it, but now that it's a pressurized location, I probably don't need it. So might as well get rid of it. Okay, so I just put to production what we need for the android, and then we'll be done with the communication tower. So honestly, the only thing I think we're missing is actually the cobalt. So I'm gonna take out Dronson, who clearly cannot dock on his own. So we'll fix that. Okay, and yeah, we'll go look for some cobalt. Hey, found some cobalt. I was about to actually turn around and say, maybe Dronson isn't the best thing to look for cobalt with, but we found it. I'm gonna mark it on my GPS. Now let's get some cobalt and bring it back. Alrighty, it looks like the area that I just found has both iron and cobalt. So I'm actually just gonna set up a new job for this drone and have him go over there, get the cobalt, get the iron, and we'll be good. Alrighty, that took a little while, but it's because I forgot I needed to record the path while full of inventory, so that way the ship can fly reliably. Anyway, yeah, so let's just plop down our Android and we should be done with this project. Okay, we're still waiting for the last little bit of superconductors and our gravity components. Oh, here comes a storm. Hopefully the antenna that's behind here with the welder underneath it will make everything a-okay. Whoa. Or not. Or not. That scared me, man. Oh no, Dronson. Dronson got struck by lightning. Why am I not surprised? Storms. I don't imagine Dronson's gonna be going out again until I repair it, which is probably a good thing, because I would hate to lose him just like in the middle of a mining flight. Well, the good news is that I should have the materials to finish up the android up here. Or I'm wrong. Gosh, will you chill out? Man, it's like day one again. Okay, clearly I need a decoy. I thought that the antenna would work, but I was wrong about that as well. Okay, the storm is over. I need to remember to put a decoy, but I'm probably not going to do it right now, which historically means I'm not going to do it until there's another storm, and I'm like, oh yeah. But I need to repair Dronson. Let's do that. What is still smoking on Dronson over here? It isn't any of the functional blocks. I wonder if it's let's see. The conveyor converter. That makes sense. All right, now let's continue job. All right, there we go. Back in business. Go, Dronson. Get us the stuff that we need. Let's see how we're doing on the components. Slowly, oh so very slowly, but surely we're getting there. I guess I should just work on another project while that finishes up. Okay, you know what I think would be a smart idea, just really fast? Would be to make a rotary airlock over here, just so I don't vent oxygen all the time. It's getting really old, really fast. Let's just do that, and then we'll move on to like one of these other projects while we wait for the cobalt to refine. You know what? Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, more often than not, I wish that I had a window here so I could see the drone and like see what the weather is and just stuff like that. So I think I'm just gonna get rid of the gate and put these windows and call it a day, because it was cool, but it really wasn't that practical, and I find myself wanting every time the door is closed. So let's do that. There we go. I don't know if I love the look of it from the outside. I think the gate was probably better, but I do appreciate the function of it more. See, like right now, I can see Dronson. Do we have the components that we need to finish the android? That is the question. No, we do not. Still missing 9 gravity components. This is taking a while. Wait a second. Why aren't... It's not even producing them. There we go. There we go. You know what? I actually liked it better when it was blue. Let's keep it blue. All right. We have our tower done, and we have one of our NPCs done. So let's go ahead and check it off the list. Done and done. And we have our system android. Oh, I forgot. We also found cobalt, so we can check that off the to-do list as well. Now we have the age-old question, what do we do about power? So here's the weird thing. We keep having these like surges, but we are continually recharging. So I don't think the power situation is so bad that we need to address it immediately. Especially if we get the components to make one of the engineering androids, because the engineering android increases power efficiency. It's kind of like a efficiency module for like a refinery, but for your whole base. Yeah. I think that's probably one of the next things we're gonna want to do, which means we should build an engineering bay. All right, here's the deal about the engineering bay. What is this area down here if not a bay to do engineering, right? Like we have our power and our ores and our production. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to finish this little road thing that we've kind of made and not done anything with, and weld up the additional assemblers, and then find a cool spot to perch our engineering dude. And then I think we'll call this our engineering bay, because I mean, that's functionally what it is. I come down here to engineer our ships. So let's do that, and then we'll have another thing checked off the list. Okay, well, we are now out of iron. I don't know why Dronson isn't moving. Let's see. I don't know why Dronson just is staying docked at the port. So let me go see if it finished the job. Yeah, no, nowhere close. I wonder what's going on. You know what it might be? It might be because I don't have a ton of uranium. And so I bet that's one of the configurables, is like if you don't have a certain amount of uranium, then you can't fly. Which goes to show that I should probably start getting some uranium. Well, here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to get some more iron. All right, we have some iron, and yeah, I'm trying to think like what the best course of action would be. We really need uranium. think that a lot of our problems would be solved if we just had some. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Because, I mean, for just so many reasons, we need uranium. To hit our power usage, we need a ton of uranium. To power our drone, we need a ton of uranium. Future builds are probably gonna rely on uranium. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the mining turtle to carve out a path to the uranium. And then I'm trying to decide. I don't know. Either one, we'll set up a mining job for the drone and we'll get uranium that way, or I can set up the automated mining platform, which seems like a better idea. I don't know. I just can't decide. Hold on. Brain is still having some issues trying to figure this out. So let me think about this a little while longer. This might be a situation in which I need to come up with a new build to get what I need. Okay, so we're kind of in a rough spot right now. We don't have any iron. We are out of uranium. Our mining drone, which is currently our only consistent source of resources, doesn't have enough juice to be able to continue to grab us stuff. So yeah, I think that in order for us to get back on track, I really need to set up one of those auto mining platforms. And I think we've already determined that we don't want to do that like outside. So in order for us to get like iron and silicone and things like that, I'm going to turn, here, let me go outside. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this area into a mining platform area. And the way that I'm going to make that work is that I'm going to grind down all of these pistons and those drills at the end. And then I'll bring in the mining turtle and I'll just, at the end over there, I'll make a really big area. So that way we can set up a mining platform, set it up and forget about it. And then that should make it so we have enough resources coming in. Hopefully by grinding down all these pistons and drills and things like that, we'll get enough ore to help us build the new thing. But even if we don't, I can just take the mining turtle over and grab some more iron from one of our iron deposits or something like that. So that's the plan right now. Let's get on with it. So before we can actually build the thing that we want to build, I'm probably going to have to take a trip to the iron mine. Alright, I think we have enough to start the process that we're trying to do. So let's get back to the mine. Alright, I have this idea that I want to try. So instead of having to like come down here every time I want to expand this walkway, I think what I'm going to try to do is something like this, and then I'll blueprint it and then see if I can project it and just keep it going, because that would be pretty nice. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Okay, I think before we go any further, I probably need to put some lights in here. I was having a little bit of trouble with the drills on the sides, but I think we're at the point now where they should be okay, maybe? But we definitely need some lights in here. So let's do it. Okay, we've let it run for a little while. We're starting to get some progress towards what eventually will be our wind tunnel. We built a little control station that's pressurized, which is nice. Okay, I really want to have my power and my resources able to be seen up here. So I'm going to add these. Oh, I can't. That will immediately make it so I can't pressurize this area. Okay, really fast. I just got rid of the medical room that was in here. It was going to be temporary anyway, so I got rid of it. And I added the power and the cargo up here just so we have this main command center. So we're kind of in an interesting situation right now because we need more refineries to handle the 2 million stone that we have. But we need more power to provide for the refineries. But we want that tunnel so we can make the more wind turbines. So I think the next thing we would probably do is switch gears and go into our hydrogen power. But in order to do that, we need iron. So I guess either we wait for all of the stone to be processed, or I guess I could just go take a few more trips in the mining turtle and get us more iron that way. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna take a few trips. Hopefully we'll get enough iron to get us off the ground, and then we'll move over and start doing some hydrogen power. All right, let's get some iron. Okay, with our third trip to the iron, I think we probably are gonna have enough to like jumpstart our hydrogen production. But I've been wrong before, so we'll see. I think that'll be okay. What's not okay is the amount of power that we have. Why does it say that? Why are we using so much power? Ruh-roh. Okay, here's the plan. I'm going to try to quickly, before we run out of power, set up some H2O2 generators over here and some hydrogen tanks, and as well as obviously engines. And so we'll get that whole network piped up around here, which will kind of also go into our engineering bay requirement. And yeah, I think the first thing that we have to do in order to get that underway is we probably have to grind down this previous version of Dronesin, because it doesn't have any uranium, and I really don't have any uranium to spare, so this thing's just getting trashed. Well, it looks like we're out of iron again. We were able to build the engineering bay, which is pretty lackluster. I'm gonna be honest. I am not proud of this. It just exists. And you know what? That's okay. We needed it to be done, and so it's done now. For here's the thing. And by here's the thing, I mean here's my excuse. We've built 3 bases on Helghan. So I'm going to try to move quickly so that way we can get on to bigger and better things in other areas on the other planets. If the engineering bay is not the coolest thing I've ever done, you know what? That's okay. It's not awful. It's just not a lot. But like out here, we have this balcony that overlooks. We have all of our hydrogen tanks and H2O2 generators. So like, it's not terrible. It's just inside is kind of funny because it's a single desk. And then I'm trying to build this guy, but we're out of iron. So this guy will have to wait. So I'm going to go get some more iron again, make a few more trips, and then hopefully we can get the components we need to finish the engineering bay. Finally. I probably spent 20 minutes just going back and forth between here and the cargo access that I had over here. We did it. It's done. We have our engineering robot. Oh, we also have 5.7 million stone. Good. Okay. Well, now that we have the engineering robot and we have the hydrogen engines, I think we could probably build some more refineries and yield modules to help us out. But before we do that, I'm gonna check off. We have our engineering robot and we did our communication tower way earlier, and we have our engineering. We're getting closer. I don't really need the combat one, but we said we were gonna make it, so we gotta do it. We need a greenhouse, we need our medical bay, we need a landing zone for what inevitably is gonna be our ship that we build to like get us started up in space. Just so much power, and our big old satellite dish. Okay. All right. I moved the stuff to the done list, and now I have build more refineries and yield modules. I would really like to get some uranium as well at some point soon, so we can get Dronson up and running again. All right, so I added another refinery, put yield modules on both of them all the way down. So hopefully this 5 million stone will turn into something nice. And I added another LCD screen to show me more precise power stuff, and also the amount of hydrogen that we have in our tanks. And I also added ice down to the bottom of this LCD panel so we know how much ice we have, which is not enough. So I'm gonna go down to the ice mine, grab some more ice, and replenish that. Well, I broke it. Before I did, I think we managed to grab a lot of ice. Okay, that's, I mean, it's really not that hard of a fix, so that'll be a future me problem. There we go. We have a ton of ice. We're filling up our hydrogen tanks rather than losing our hydrogen tanks. We have plenty of power. We're processing a ton of stone. Yeah, I think we're doing okay. A lot better than we were doing earlier for sure. And to be totally honest with you, this is probably a good stopping point. Yeah, okay. So turns out I was totally wrong. Was not the right time to stop the episode. We would have had like a 30-minute episode. And after not having an episode last week, I can't do that to you guys. So, what else do we want to do? It seems like our iron situation is more under control. We are out of ice again. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add some additional cargo containers down where our ice is, and then I'm going to add more drills and fix that up, and then we'll figure out what else we want to do. So let me add that to the to-do list, and let's just go ahead and get into it. All right, we have a good amount of ice now, like 400,000 between these two containers, and then we have about 6,500 in each one of our O2H2 generators. That should be good for now. I like this little area, and I have the camera. I'm probably gonna get rid of this overlay mod because I think in the new update they made a better overlay, so it's not like that gross fuzzy camera look. I think it's like much more minimalist now. Yeah, but we have the camera, we have the spotlights looking at the drills. Looking good. I think the last thing I'll do down here is I'll probably put some large hydrogen containers down here, just because I know that I'm gonna want to have more hydrogen than what those like smaller containers can do, especially when we're talking about like building a big ship that's gonna leave the planet. It would be nice to already have that hydrogen on hand. So I'll put some large hydrogen tanks down here, and then we'll call this project done. I don't know why the spectator camera isn't picking up all this stuff. I'm sure it's gonna crash here in a second, but this is where we're at. I'm just gonna weld up these 4 hydrogen tanks, and then maybe I'll just like restart the game for the spectator camera. But yeah. Alrighty, there we go. We're all piped up, and we have 4 additional hydrogen tanks. Well, and yeah, give me a sec. Clearly, if we have neon on this side, we also have to have neon on that side. I don't make the rules. Yes, all is right in the world. We did quite a lot down here. Feeling pretty good about it. Okay, let's go check some stuff off the to-do list and see what else we want to do. We replaced the drills, check. Improved the mine, for sure. We added more storage and hydrogen tanks. Cool. We still have a solid amount of ice. Yes, and we have 120,000 iron. Feels good. Now that we've processed all that stone, I should go turn that mine back on. You know what's funny? I really didn't need to walk all the way over here to go and turn this thing on. I for sure could have just gone into the K menu and gone to our mine right here and done it, but I just kind of wanted to see it. Wait, what? Oh, it's done. When you look right here, that is kind of spooky. if you look a little bit further down, then my flashlight hits the wall. But right here, it just looks like the abyss. Okay, well, we finished that. So I think we need to get the welding turtle in here and add some additional downward pistons. Let's do it. Alrighty, there we go. All set up again. Alright, I'm just gonna add extend mine to the done list. And I think the last thing I'm gonna do for this episode to try to get something else checked off this list is I'm gonna work on the greenhouse. Because we don't really need any system androids for it or anything else like that. We just need a glass place outside with some plants. So the question is, where are we gonna put it? You know what we could do is we could use the mining turtle, or maybe we just set up like a drilling rig to make it more smooth. But I could drill out like this area right here and then have the greenhouse right there. Because it wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense to have it like fully underground. Well, I mean, in the real world, there's like hydroponic systems for like, I don't know, lettuce, you know, people grow lettuce and other things in like shipping containers. So, but that's not really a greenhouse, right? Because like when you think of a when you think of a greenhouse, you think of it as like glass, the sun comes through. So yeah, okay, let's do that. I think that's the plan. Is we'll set up a drilling rig to mine out this stone right here, and that's where we will put our greenhouse. Well, great. We have so much stone that Izzy's is using my ships as additional cargo containers, so I can't use the turtle welder right now. Good stuff. Alright, so here's the thing about this greenhouse. So far in this base that we've done, we've only used these like window wall things. We haven't used any of just like the window panes. And so I kind of want to continue that trend. And so I have an idea that I think will work. The mod that uses like these big window walls also has like curved or like angled blocks. I don't know which one I'm going to use yet. Probably the angled, just because we don't have like any curves in this build at all. So if we're going to try to go for consistency, we probably don't want to use curves. But then I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll have like maybe like two windows that go up the side and then over the roof. So we'll see how that looks. Oh no. Oh crap. There's a storm coming. Oh, I have an idea. If I can get a welder and then a decoy. Okay. Ooh. Hopefully that will protect us while we're doing this. Oh crap, I forgot. I have to turn on the welder. Nice. Okay, let's start welding this up. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to build like a piston welding arm thing. Yeah, because this would take a while to do by hand, and yeah, it'd just be easier. So let's do it. You know, I probably did this in the worst possible way. What I needed to do was have the pistons and then whatever, like, rotation I wanted for the stupid thing. Lesson learned. Okay, well, it is clear to me now that this is something that I cannot grasp in my mind. So, I am just going to weld it by hand. I don't want to weld it by hand. There's no part of me that wants to weld it by hand. Okay, new plan. Here's the thing. By the time I put all these welders on and then weld them up by going back down and coming back up, and oh, that's actually not true. I was gonna say it would be the same amount of time to just weld all this stuff up, but I forgot. As soon as I weld one of them, I have cargo access, and then I can weld the other ones. No, I messed up. Whew, that could have been very bad. Oh good, another storm is coming. Okay, I'm gonna be totally honest. Not sure if that was actually more helpful or just took longer. Sometimes I look at a problem and I'm like, what if I made more problems? And yeah, that's kind of what happened here today. Is it really laziness if you make something harder on yourself? That's the age-old question. All right, let's weld up the inside. Oh, no. Whoa. I was not expecting that. That's hilarious. That's the first time I've died by gigantic rock boulder projectile. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I think that the that these windows worked. Like I like the look of them. Okay, now we just have to figure out what to do with all this stone. Okay, here's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm going to grind all this stuff down, pipe it down and through, and then just have it so this area right here will be a cargo container. Then we'll put all the stone back in there, and that will also be helpful for when we want to decorate the inside. But I don't think I'm going to decorate the inside of it today, just because this is probably going to be a pretty long episode. Yeah, let's do it. Alrighty, friends. Let's quickly go over all the stuff that we did today. We built the greenhouse, we extended the mine, we added more storage and hydrogen tanks, we improved the mining area, replaced the drills, we built more refineries and yield modules. We actually built the auto mine, got through the auto mine, and then extended the auto mine, pressurized observation area over there with a turtle pad. We built the engineering bay and the engineering android. We added additional power by making the hydrogen engine and all of the hydrogen tanks. We finished the communication tower. We made a production android in the communication tower, and we found cobalt. What a day. What a day. We got a lot of stuff done. Not to mention, we also added several additional LCDs up here so we could have a better snapshot of what's going on in the base. All in all, pretty proud of what we did today. Thank you for sticking it out till this point in the video. Thank you, patrons, for all of your support. This wouldn't be possible without you. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in to No Suit Survival, and we'll catch you next time.